Welcome to the Poundcast. Today, I would like to tell you something before we get the show started. Something really cool, something really delicious.
Oh man, I love to
Yeah,
hear it.
wait till you hear this. LVJco.com. Do you know what that
Oh,
is?
yeah, that's I heard that's a website of some
Oh
sort.
my gosh, Brent. That is the home site. That is the website of Louisville Vegan Jerky.
Oh,
And every month they're doing a new flavor, and the new one's out, the ghost pepper garlic jerky.
oh,
That's the small batch this month.
huh.
Ghost pepper and garlic. That looks, they also have, pizza supreme jerky, cheddar jalapeno, fly by jing. Now this is all plant-based, non-GMO jerky. And it's made in and bagged in Louisville, Kentucky. It has a shelf life of 9 months. And those flavors I talked about just now, those are just the small batch flavors. The
Huh.
classic forever flavors, we're talking buffalo dill, General So's, Smoky Carolina barbecue. Oh, and a lot more. Okay. LVJco.com. And here's the best part. If you're listening to this now, you can get 20% off by using the code word Poundcast. It's as simple as that on your entire order. Okay. 20% on your off of your entire order by going to lvjco.com. Oh wow, look at this. You can get the variety pack, all 5 main flavors.
Hmm.
You can get 20% off of that.
Amazing.
They even have a fall small batch variety pack.
Hmm.
Okay. LVJco.com. Use the code word Poundcast. Do yourself a flavor and place an order.
Hey, that's a good slogan idea. Do yourself a flavor.
Do yourself a flavor. I can't believe nobody
Has
that's
anyone
got
ever
it.
used
That had to
that?
be used before.
Right.
I'm not even going to look it up.
Right.
But look, Louisville Vegan Jerky. You can get it at lvjco.com and use the code podcast 20% off, or you can get it at Whole Foods, Sprouts, or other wonderful places if you want to, buy it at a brick and mortar establishment. And this show is also brought to you by viewers and listeners like you, because Patreon is what makes this show go round. Patreon.com/poundcast. If you sign up and support us, you get instant access to Poundcast Unzipped. And that is the bonus episode section that we do every single episode. And you'll have access to all the old Poundcast Unzips. So after every episode, we keep going for the Patreon subscribers only. Patreon.com/poundcast. Sign up today. Do
And
yourself a flavor.
do yourself a flavor and listen to we actually got Morgan Freeman to do a dramatic reading of Doug's journal entry.
Yeah,
Like
today's unzipped. Today's unzip is pretty. I think it's pretty very entertaining. I mean,
and
the sad thing is, a lot of times the unzips are like, I don't want to say anything's better than one or the other, but sometimes the unzips are really good. That's all
It
I'll say.
depends. Sometimes they are, but you know what? It's everything's fine, and you're gonna enjoy the episode. And the Lord and Doug and I are, we do one on one on this episode, and you know how we do it. And we talk about Doug's tour a lot, but we go off on some tangents and we talk about other stuff, uh, such as snacks and things and flowers.
We do.
What flowers? I was kidding about that. I mean, I was doing the "Everybody Loves the Sunshine" song lyrics. I said snacks and things and flowers, but bees and things and flowers.
Oh
Bees and things and flowers. You don't know that song?
no, sir.
Everybody loves the sunshine. You've heard that
I know
song,
that
right?
song, but I don't know. I don't know that lyric.
Bees and things and flowers.
Is
Anyway,
that
we
the
talk.
song where the guy's like, no, it's not the song, but it's in the same realm as "It's a Lovely Day."
That's Bill Withers. That's a different song. Lovely day, lovely
Lovely
day,
day,
lovely
lovely
day,
day,
lovely day.
lovely day.
That's Bill Withers.
I know. All right.
Everybody loves the Sunshine as Warriors, but anyway, it's yeah, we're gonna get into it, and you're gonna have some fun, guys. All right, so check that out. Check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/the Poundcast. You can check us out on Instagram. You can get Doug has skateboard boards for sale, decks they're called, I think.
Buy my decks at dougpound.bigcartel.com. Okay. Buy a deck. We
And
have them in all sizes.
yeah, and also yeah, that's about it. So we'll check you out. Check us out. Check us out on Instagram. Check us out on whatever. Let's get this
Check it
party
out.
growing. Let's get
All
this
right, let's get this party going. Let's get this party growing.
growing. Okay.
Ready to roll the
Ready?
clip?
Yeah. Sorry, my leg is caught. Okay, let's roll the clip. Go ahead.
Doug and Brent talking to each other. Doug and Brent, what will they talk about today? Doug and Brent are talking to some pimples. Doug and Brent will talk to their friends. And Doug and Brent talking on the Poundcast.
And this is the Poundcast. And I am Doug, and that is Brent.
That's right.
We are zooming in today. I was on tour with Eric Andre, and I'm home for a few days, and the studio was not available, so we're going to go cheek to cheek.
And how was that tour so far? You've been was it a blast? And by blast I mean, were you getting blasted with clown juice, or what's going on?
Well, I don't want to give too much away, but Eric does blast the crowd with clown juice. I'm out of the splash zone for the most part, but he took a shot at me at the last show.
He did?
Well, he threw some cheese balls at me.
Oh man.
He was just having fun. I didn't care. I was fine.
By cheese balls, what do you mean by cheese balls? What kind of cheese? How big are these balls, and what consistency of cheese?
Your classic like Cheetos, but they're balls.
Okay, puffs.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And so they've got a lot of that kind of yellow powder on them, that cheesy powder.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Did that get on your clothing?
On
your equipment?
Maybe a little bit. It just kind of got on my desk a little bit. It might have hit the back of the laptop, but it's no big deal.
Out of curiosity, have you expressed to him any concerns about getting food on you or anything like that in the past, or?
Well, I got some gear that's nearby on stage, and so far it's been it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So far it's been clear.
And are you guys in some kind of tour bus or something, or are you just going by plane?
No, we stay in a hotel, then we drive in a minivan from spot to spot.
Mm-hmm.
But we did have to fly from Chicago to Minneapolis because the drive would have been too long. You got to get there. We have to get there at 1. I don't really necessarily have to get there at 1, but the crew has to get there at 1. That's when they load in. Then there's a lot of stuff to set up. There's a lot of there's a whole set. He has a desk, and they have to build a couple new desks for every show. And so, yeah, the tour just feels like one big, like you're at work, kind of like 24/7,
It feels a bit like a circus, doesn't it? The way that the circus comes to town, they got to set up. They have to set up a whole, not a tent, but you have to set up a set.
Yeah.
Construct a set.
It is kind of like a circus.
And you've been having good sets of your own, yeah? Performances for your own thing, yeah?
Yeah, they've all been good.
Uh-huh.
Trying to think. Some of them feel I forgot which one it was. That was like it might have been. I'm trying to figure out what show that was. One of them was like extra good. I felt more comfortable, and um, the crowd was good. That could have been. It could have been Minneapolis, the last show.
Do you feel powerful?
Do I feel powerful? Yes, I guess so.
How big are these crowds? 1,000 people? More?
More,
Couple thousand?
something like that.
And when you're
Results
dominating,
may vary depending on which venue it is.
when you're dominating 2,000 boys and girls and others, are you feeling strong? Do you feel like you're the ruler of them all?
I don't know. I don't really think about it like that. I think is that how you feel about yourself? You seem to be
I do think
fixated
that
on dominating and being
no, I do think
like
that to some degree, yeah. I mean, I think that if you have, I think there is a sort of power that comes with being able to hold the attention of a big group of people, and not just that, but also physically, cause them to have a physical reaction, laughing, or even, but doubling over or whatever. There is a kind of power to that. It does. There. You do feel some sort of power. I do feel power. I feel a power to that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I've seen it, and I've been in awe of other people's power when I see that. Not just with comedy, even, but with music too. You see musical performers perform, and the way they can captivate a crowd or just move a crowd emotionally or whatever. There's a power to that, and you can definitely see it.
yeah.
Yeah, and I have felt that. I have felt a power to that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I guess I don't think of it as power. I just think of it as like it's just kind of a rush. It's that's why people do comedy. When you get that first laugh and you get a group of people laughing, it's like they want to come back for more. It's a real rush. And last night I got really sick, and
How so?
I just felt like I was sick. I was achy and kind of cold, like shivering. But then I took my temperature, normal temperature, took a COVID test, no COVID, no fever, no COVID. I don't know what happened. And Tim thinks it's like a post-tour kind of thing that happens to people, which that could explain it because I'm pretty much fine today. But yeah, it was weird.
Maybe you were going through with withdrawal symptoms because of the lack of power that you were feeling after the, what I mean? You weren't getting your daily dosage of power that you were getting.
Well, I think it might have been adrenaline with withdrawals or something like that.
You got hooked on the power. You're a power addict now.
Yeah, I don't know. That's you. That's what you want. You want to have the power and the control.
No, I want you to have the power. That's why I'm pushing.
That's what you obsess about. I don't think about that.
I want you.
I just think about entertaining people and making people laugh.
Me too. But I obsess over you having power. I want you to have the power. I want you to have the juice.
Well, yeah. So that's that. I got to go back out in a few days. What else is going on? Do you have a voicemail we can listen to?
Absolutely.
Let's go.
Okay, let's do that. Let's go with the 410 area code. Where might that be? I wonder. 410 area code. Well, we'll figure out. Maybe they'll explain where that is from.
Hey Doug, hey Brent. I recently watched that movie Desperately Seeking Susan, where Madonna plays Susan. She's sort of this manic pixie dream girl, and she can be seen eating Wise brand cheese doodles actually, and drinking tequila. like straight from the bottle. And those seem to be like her signature snacks, her signature food and drink. And I don't know, I was just wondering if it was like a desperately seeking Doug or a desperately seeking Brent situation. What would your signature food and drink be? What would you be seeing macking on, you know, walking around New York? Anyway, I mean, I know there's an obvious LBJ plug that could be coming, but yeah, let me know what your signatures are. Bye.
LBJ, Lyndon B. Johnson. Lyndon B. Johnson.
Yeah. What was he talking about there?
Yeah, is he?
Do you know? Is that what he said? LBJ?
He said LBJ. LBJ. I'm just thinking, did Lyndon B. Johnson have a signature snack? Did he eat Cheeto curls or whatever, or cheese curls, or
No.
Desperate.
Well, that's interesting because I just mentioned cheese curls, and here they are.
Here they are.
Here they are.
Here they are. Desperately Seeking Susan. I like that movie. I remember liking it, at least. Susan Seidelman directed that. She also made the movie She-Devil, and another movie called The Smithereens. And I actually think she directed one of the rooms in Four Rooms. But NYU, alumni, I think, went to school around the same time as Spike Lee and Jim Jarmusch, I think. But anyway, yeah. So snack. Yeah. What's your desperately seeking Doug snack? What are you eating around town? What's your signature snack and drink, I should say?
I'm trying to think. I don't really have a signature. It'll just be like a Chipotle burrito with chips and the green Tabasco sauce. Now, that's not something I would walk around with eating. What am I walking around? I don't really walk around and eat. I don't have a snack.
Yeah, nor do I.
In the movie, is she like out on the streets eating this stuff?
I don't know. I don't think she is. I just think he was curious about what your signature snack is.
Well, it's besides Louisville vegan jerky. Dude, I don't know. What's my
I have a couple snacks. I've kind of talked about this on something else recently, I think, but I love cashew yogurt, and I love the cashew yogurt with the coconut cream. You can get it at Trader Joe's, but then you basically get the same thing from the Forager Project at most supermarkets. But and I get the unsweetened plain flavor, of course. And what I like to do is I get apple chips, usually the brand Bear. Okay, BARE. And I get an apple chip and I scoop it. Actually, I scoop out cashew yogurt, and I like it when that cashew yogurt has got a thicker, creamy consistency. Sometimes it's a little too liquidy, unfortunately. You get a good batch, and it's nice and creamy and thick. And I like to just put that in my mouth and give myself a nice, creamy crunch. That's a snack. I mean, that's a snack that is kind of more of a desserty snack. I mean, it's not a sugary, dessert, but it's kind of a treat, I think.
Well, it's sweet. You got your fruit, and yogurt is probably a little sweet too, I imagine.
This yogurt's not sweet, but it's unsweetened, and it's not sweet, but it is on the sweet side because of the apples. But it is not. It's not like a full on. For me, it's a dessert, but other people might not consider it dessert. But that is kind of one of my signature snacks in a way, and then also a signature snack is kind of, in my mind, desserty too. But honeydew pieces with pistachio nut meats. You pop a piece of melon in your mouth, and then a couple pistachio nut meats, and that's you get a nice kind of nutty, fruity crunch, juicy crunch to it, and that's pretty nice too. Those a bit of those are some signature snacks. I've been liking the Shakri snack mix that you can get from Trader Joe's lately. It's an Indian snack mix. Those are good. Or that's nice.
Well, you know what? I have a very similar snack that now that you mention it, I almost call it like, more of a little meal, or maybe I guess it's a snack. But yeah, I get a dairy-free yogurt. Oftentimes it's cashew yogurt, the Coco Juni or whatever brand.
Coco
And I
Juni.
get these little, it's like cereal, kind of chocolatey cereal things there's almost no sugar in them. And they're kind of like
Count Chocula.
they're high in protein. They're kind of like on healthier, fancy brand. I put those in there, and I'll put pretty much, by the time I'm done with my bowl, almost a whole little box of blackberries. That's my berry.
Oh, I love blackberries. I
And
love
I
blackberries.
also put nuts in there for sure that I toast myself.
What kind of nut we talking?
Almonds or cashews. And that's it. And I go to town on that. That's almost like a dessert.
Absolutely.
After I eat a regular meal, I'll have a yogurt dessert.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I hope that's unsweetened yogurt.
But you know what? If I'm being a bad boy, I like those blue Takis.
Oh yeah, what do you like about that? And why are they blue?
I don't know. But they're good. They're good. It's just good. The texture, the shape, and they're like really hot, but they're also tasty. They're salty, tasty, and hot. And if I eat one, I have to keep going, and then my whole mouth is blue.
You know what I like as a snack? I like, and this is my own signature way, I like chips and guacamole, but not just any guacamole, my guacamole, which is, avocado is in there, probably a little bit of lemon juice is in there, and some salsa with no onions in it. Okay, and you can get that. There's actually a brand called Naked, I think it's called, and no onions. They kind of specify that no onions in our stuff. And
all your brands are Naked, Bear. It's like, what's next, dude?
Exposed,
full frontal.
Yeah, revealed. Yeah,
X-rated.
Full frontal. Yeah, penetrated. I get penetration brand salsa. There's no aliums. I don't remember what their deal is with the garlic. There might be garlic in there, but maybe not. But it's anyway, it's mainly for the tomato stuff, But anyway, I get that. Mix it in there, mash it up with the avocado, and you know what? If I really want to get freaky, I get some pomegranate seed things or whatever they are. Put that in there too, for the salsa. And the chips I like those have a corn chip brand chips. Those are good. What a good way to just dip away and you just crunch in your mouth. And again, you get a nice soft crunch.
I love chips.
I'll
that's my snack. Basically corn chips. I always usually have some bag of corn chips laying around. There's a lot of brands I like. Juanita's, Chica's, have a corn chip. I like them all. I like those grain-free ones they have, Lundberg. I like those too. I like them all.
Yeah, I like chips, and I like having the guacamole the way I like it, with no onions.
Yeah, we know.
And I put black pepper in there too. Put some black pepper. And what other snacks are there? I mean,
What about your drink? We got to.
I know. I was thinking about that.
The
Did you-
snacks. We got to get.
I
to
like
the drink.
coconut milk. I like coconut milk, unsweetened, just plain coconut milk. That's my drink. I mean, besides water, my ultimate drink of choice, water. That's my signature drink is water. Okay, and you know what? If you want to get brand specific, I actually think Crystal Geyser is pretty good.
Well, okay. I like water. I would never buy plastic water bottles that you throw out unless I have to.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what my signature drink is? I'm drinking right now black tea. Just the cheapest old black tea you can get. You know, generic brand, Ralph's brand. Sometimes I'll do Paul Newman. It's a little, maybe it's an extra $1. But yeah, I could drink this all day.
Huh. Well, you drink it all day. You will be up all night.
Yeah, it doesn't affect me like that. I don't.
Oh,
I
really?
never really feel caffeinated when I drink black tea, or maybe I never get to the point where if I drink a strong coffee, I don't get that same feeling.
Well, I remember one time I couldn't sleep one night, and I was laying in bed thinking, why can't I fall asleep? And then I remembered, oh, I went to a Burmese place earlier that day, and I had the tea leaf salad. And
There's caffeine in the salad,
and there was caffeine in the tea leaf.
Which Burmese place?
There's some Burmese place here in Los Angeles. I forgot what it's called, but I love the tea leaf salad at any Burmese place. But the only thing I don't want is to be USA up all night.
Well, you know what? I've been sleeping like crap. I told you about the mattress, right?
Yeah.
We went over that. I'm still going through it. Well, I was gone for a week.
Kind of forgot
And
about it.
I've been experimenting. I've been doing surgery on the mattress. I took it apart. I took off the super soft memory foam layer, and I put a latex topper on there that I've had, which I like. I liked it on my firm mattress. By the way, did I mention that my last mattress I bought off of Craigslist for $100 in 2009? And I've been I've been sleeping on it perfectly ever since then. These mattresses are baloney. Anyway,
yeah.
I went to IKEA. I asked my friends, what mattress do you recommend, on a close friends only Instagram post. And my friend, who I pretty much trust his taste in things, he said, you got to just get the spring mattress at IKEA. It's $300. Get a firm spring mattress. He's like, those foam memory foam, it feels like it's swallowing me whole. And I said, that's exactly how I feel. I wake up, I'm sweaty, I'm hot. I feel like I'm getting sucked into hell. So I went to IKEA. I looked it up. Burbank IKEA, in stock. I go there. They didn't have it. Can you believe that? When was the last time you've been to IKEA?
I went there not that long ago.
I think it's so like.
Oh, I went there. No, it was probably a year ago. But
I know they design it specifically to make you see everything or make you buy more stuff, but it's really confusing. I was so lost that I kept asking people, "Where's the mattress?" And they're like, "Yeah, you just go down here and take a left." Anyway,
places are huge. It's almost like a labyrinth or something, you know. It'd be kind of a cool way to do a scavenger hunt, you know. You kind of have to have a scavenger hunt in IKEA and figure out where to get the stuff you need to get, you know.
It is, every time you go shop there, it's a scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
I see it happen over and over and over. I see like, oh, this looks like a nice piece. I want it. And there's no one around. Like, I have to walk around a little bit, find someone. And then it was a bizarre. You'd think they have a lot of good stuff there. You think they'd be more on the ball. Like, it's more like, it's kind of like at Home Depot, you can find someone and ask them where stuff is.
Actually, I was at Home Depot recently and had trouble with that.
But yeah, well, that's not perfect either. But IKEA is even worse. But yeah, like it would be fun to do a scavenger hunt at IKEA, but like maybe place stuff ahead of time in little bins here and there.
Yeah.
When was the last time you did a scavenger hunt?
Well, the last time I did a scavenger hunt was, well, I don't know if this, yeah, I guess this is kind of a scavenger hunt. It was for my birthday I think in 2016. My ex-girlfriend created one for me.
Just for you?
And yeah. And it was really cool. And I went, there was clues that led me all over the city,
Really? Were you
And
with her or were you doing it by yourself?
she came along with me to see how I did. She didn't give me any hints or anything, but she came along with me to see how it went down. And yeah.
What was the final thing that you found?
I mean, it eventually took me to a restaurant where we had dinner.
Oh,
but the restaurant was significant. And I don't know, there was different items that I found. I mean, the scavenger hunt took me to many places. All the places ended up having some sort of significance in some way. But yeah, it was neat. There was actually other people involved and stuff. I met people along the way. And actually, that wasn't the first time I did one. She set up another one for me before, like, I don't know, maybe a year prior, where that one I did on my own. It was a shorter one, and I did it in a night. And that was cool too. I just did that on my own,
There should be a scavenger hunt where you have to find scavengers. You have to find a turkey vulture. You got to find all the scavengers. I don't know what else is.
Yeah, what else?
I wonder if
are
there's any...
hyenas. Are they scavengers?
Could be. Yeah.
When's the last time you did a scavenger hunt?
I can't even remember. I think it was like decades ago. I want to do that again though.
Let's get that going. Can we get a scavenger hunt going now?
An escape room's kind of like a scavenger hunt, huh?
Well, kind of, not really though, because I mean the whole idea is
the same. It's very similar. It's the same kind of game. You got to like
sort of
find something, put clues together. Yeah, I mean the goal is to get out of a room, but the goal,
well, not just that,
scavenger hunt is just on a bigger scale, I guess.
Well, no, but also, I mean, an escape room requires you to sort of solve kind of, these sort of these puzzles that you have and use objects in a room. But a scavenger hunt, I think, is more like you've got clues, you got to figure out what they mean with the riddle or the clue, and then you have to go find the thing, and then that when you find that thing, it will lead you to the next thing. It's kind of, I mean, I know what you mean. I see the comparison, but
it's in the same vein.
In the same vein, definitely same vein. I think we should get a Poundcast scavenger hunt going, where we get 100 applicants, 100 entry, 100 contestants. That get randomly selected from our listener pool.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a prize, and we got to just, I don't know, I'm just spitballing here. I mean, we get 100 competitors here. It takes place in IKEA, and we hide objects and things and make up clues, riddles that lead people to different parts of IKEA, and they have to find, I don't know. I was thinking something like that. I'm just thinking maybe something like that.
Well, maybe it's something that could take place worldwide, because people aren't going to all come to Burbank.
Well, if you're going worldwide, I'll let people in on a little secret right now, because it's been a while.
You're going to go worldwide?
I've already gone worldwide.
Oh, yeah?
With a special kind of, it's not a scavenger hunt, it's like something like that. Special secret contest.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I won't say any more on how to find it or how to access it, but nobody has completed it yet.
Well, can you at least tell us where this contest is? Is it from your video game podcast or?
No, but it is something that if you are familiar with me, and you had a curious mind, you would have found it. But it's been going now for over 5 years.
Really?
Yeah, and someone came close to finishing it, but they didn't. I think they actually stopped themselves from finishing it because they wanted somebody a little more random to figure it out or something.
Oh, it was like one of your friends was doing it.
Well, not a friend, but he. I mean, yeah. I mean, it is. I mean, he is a friend. I mean, I don't know him too well. You know what I mean? But yeah, he is a friend. Yeah, but I think he was on the show, wasn't he? Didn't we? Anyway,
Who?
whatever.
Tell me.
I don't
tell
even
me
want
the
to say it,
person's
actually.
name.
I don't even want to say it, actually. I don't want to put him on, blast like that. But he, no, I mean he, I'm friendly with him. I don't talk to him too much, But anyway, yeah, yeah. I didn't tell anybody about it. I didn't tell a lot of people about it. I didn't even tell my sister about it because I wanted people to.
How would people find out about it?
They have to have a curious mind.
They have to like.
They have
a lot
to
of people
think,
have curious minds, but they have to like pay attention to
not everything.
one of your videos,
no,
or they got to go deep into your.
Maybe now you don't
social
have to
media?
go. No, you don't have to go deep into anything. But you just, if you without going too deep, you could think to yourself, "Huh, I wonder about that thing." And if you did a little more investigation into that thing that you had a wonder about, you will find other things.
Chili Busters?
I'm not saying anything.
Huh.
But I'm not saying that it's whatever, I don't. I've said too much. In fact, I didn't even want to look. I've dropped a lot of hints everywhere. I've dropped a lot of hints on this podcast before, to be honest, and I've dropped hints. There's a lot of hints I've dropped
on this podcast of something I don't even know, and I don't even know exists.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I didn't want to tell my friends about it because I want them to play too,
Okay.
Anyway,
sounds like a lot of work to just.
Yeah, it's not.
Maybe it's not worth it. Talking about.
It's not. It's for people who are into this kind of thing,
Uh-huh.
So if you're not into it, whatever, no big whoop, But if you've got a, whatever. I mean, it's whatever. I just let it be. I'm just putting it out there. I don't want to say anymore because I think I've said too much. But I'll just say coconut milk is something that I like as a drink. But water, if not water, I go coconut milk, unsweetened.
I always go unsweetened too. Sometimes I'll do vanilla, but I prefer just the plain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your drink? Signature drink? Water?
Well, I'll do tea. Lately my signature drink has been non-alcoholic beers. I put that on my rider at the I added that to the rider on the tour.
Really?
And yeah, some of them are pretty good.
But those are sugary though. Those are kind of, I mean,
it's a drink.
I mean, look, it's good that there's no alcohol, and these are the 0% alcohol ones because a lot of those non-alcoholics have a little bit of alcohol,
Some say 0, some say like less than 0.05% or something like that.
But they're all kind of sugary kind of things, right?
So what? It's a drink.
Well, sure. That's your thing?
Was the question what's your non-sugary signature drink?
No. So that's your signature drink, I guess.
Yeah, that's kind of been my signature drink lately. It depends where you find me. In the morning, every single morning I have coffee. So if you're gonna catch me in the morning, there's a couple of coffee shops I go to, and they know what I want. Black. I go black, and I put, no cream, no nothing.
Right.
And
Me too.
Someone I know puts almost 3 packs of sugar in there.
I would never do that.
2.5, and he doesn't even like the sugar in the raw. He thinks the sugar in the raw has a flavor to it, which it could be correct. It could be kind of a caramel kind of flavor.
I would never do that.
But I would never do that.
And because me personally, if I drank coffee, I would go black as well, because I want that pure coffee. You know what I mean? It's almost like
why
diluted.
add all this crap to it? It's kind of like I think it's kind of like
milk chocolate.
Chocolate milk, you mean?
No, it's like how, I mean, personally, I think dark chocolate is better than milk. I don't even bother with milk chocolate.
I don't bother with it either. I don't bother with it either.
I like pure. I want the pure stuff.
Yeah, me too. Here's my question. Do people actually like oysters? Because you can't buy an oyster that doesn't have all this crap on it to make it taste like something. No one's eating just a fresh raw oyster with nothing over it, right? They're all squeezing a lime or
right.
Whatever they put on there.
Right. Yeah, I don't like. I mean, I would never eat an oyster. Gross.
Yeah, pass.
It just seemed what? Oh, pass.
I say pass. Hard pass.
I thought you said ass. Yeah, ass. Tastes like ass.
Dude, that tastes like ass.
No, I just, that seems gross to me. And any shellfish, no shellfish for me at all.
Pass. You know what shellfish are?
Bugs.
Yep.
Seems
I got
like
this big orb weaver spider that he's making a big web every day right in my walkway. Not, to my front door. It's an area that I could go around if I go inside and go out the back on a different door. But, it's like, come on, man, quit putting it right here. I'm going to have to relocate. This is a giant spider. Do you know what those things are? You usually see them way up high. They'll build a web between 2 trees that span 10 feet across. But this guy's putting it between my shed and my deck. And it's like something straight out of a Halloween scary ass movie.
I want to see how big we're talking here.
I took a photo of it. I took quite a photo of it. I could throw it up on the screen if you want.
Please do.
Oh man, look at this thing. I mean, you won't really get the sense of it because this is a kind of a close-up, amazing shot. Well, I'll send it over. I'll send it. Here it comes. And I'll put it up on the screen.
I'll say this. I saw this video recently of a spider taking down his web or her web.
Well, first I'll show you the photo of the spider.
I saw a video of them taking down the web.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, they packed the web away.
Can I share? Give me a share.
I did.
Okay. It says that you're sharing.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, here we go. Check this out.
Wow, you really got a great shot of the spider. I'll just describe it for the listeners. You could see the hairs all over it, It's just a full hair situation,
Let me switch over to I took a video of it and
I just, this doesn't really give me an idea of the size of it though, because it's close up. So
this video will give you a size of it. Here we go. Hold on. And check this out.
Okay, so now I'm looking at a video of the shed here. Yeah, that's, gosh, that gives me kind of a little bit of the willies here.
You get the idea. See how big that sucker is?
Yeah, I mean it's still a little hard to tell, but yeah, I guess so. That's pretty.
Yeah,
big,
I mean, okay, that's about. I think that's a 4-inch piece of wood. So, or maybe less. Could be a 3-inch piece of wood, but then there's the spider.
Would you say that spider
is crouched up too? He's all in a defensive position.
Would you say that the spider is the size of a quarter?
He's bigger when his legs are out. We're talking half dollar.
Uh-huh. Would you call that a barn spider?
It's called an orb weaver.
Well, no, there's a lot of different orb weavers, but
I'll have to get out my app.
well, yeah, man. Gosh, I want to show you this. I want to show this one video of somebody I know. They had a spider in their place, and it is gnarly.
Can we watch it?
All right, I think let me see if I can show it. I guess here. Well, I have to. No, I'd have to find it. I think so. I did have to find it actually.
Well, why don't you wait? Maybe wait till the unzipped.
Oh yeah, I'll probably do that. But let me just ask you this:
on web.
Do you think these look big? I'm about to share this with you. I just want to see if you think these look big. Do you think these are big spiders? These are all different spiders, by the way.
Did you take these pictures?
Yeah, I did.
Those are like crime scene photos.
What do you mean by crimes? Yeah.
I mean, they're like mangled bodies, like in these grainy ass, like.
Well, that's because of
true crime documentary
right
photos or something. Those are medium size. I'm gonna say about ½ inch or so. I've seen these black. They're just black, scary spiders.
Well, they're brown. They're dark brown, but would you say that these are wolf spiders? Do you call them wolf spiders?
I don't know.
They're kind of scary because they're dark. Well, look, any spider is gonna be.
Yeah, it could be a wolf spider. Those are brown.
Yeah, they're just kind of dark and they're big. I mean, they're kind of big, to be honest.
Well, let's walk through my tour a little bit. Because
we also have another voicemail, dude.
I had a few thoughts about it. I mean, it truly was a blur where it's like just nonstop. If we had a tour bus, I'd sleep on the bus and you drive to the next city and you wake up in the next city.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have some time to kind of wake up and get a lay of the land. Whereas now, the way it was, where we wake up, we're in the minivan by like 8, wheels up, and then the drive could be anywhere from I think the shortest drive was 2 hours, Milwaukee to Chicago, but the longest one was like 5 hours, St. Louis to Milwaukee. And then you get there and then it's pretty much, you can maybe have an hour to check in your hotel and like lay down for a minute. A couple times I went to eat with Eric because he doesn't have to get there till later. I don't have to get there till later, but you always encounter a different like crew that's at the theater. And it's very interesting, the different types of people that are in different cities, at these different theaters.
You mean in Washington, it's more grungy, and in Portland, it's more sort of lumberjacky and.
Exactly. No, not really. I found that the people in Chicago were really cool and accommodating. The people in Milwaukee were like equally as accommodating and really easygoing, helpful crew. The crew in Minneapolis, which was kind of like an beautiful old theater. Like, for example, the one in Milwaukee was called the Rave, and it's kind of like a big rock and roll box where the backstage has psychedelic drapes hanging everywhere and like lava lamps, and it's sort of like, it looks like more funky and creative. Where the Palace is like in Minnesota, all the guys, when I got there, it was very strange. No one was talking. Everyone was just like quiet and really tense. And I'm like, usually they go there and people are like, how you doing? Like, what can I, like, this is where this is. I go there, like, no one's talking to anybody. It was just very strange. And it's almost like right before I got there, somebody found out something really intense. Like,
Somebody, maybe they
Somebody-
found out about, Hamas kind of attacked Israel or something like
well,
that.
that's what it was like. It was like somebody just found out something crazy happened, and they're all like, but no, it wasn't like that at all. And they're all like old guys. And we're about to make this big mess at their place. But you know
Yeah.
what? The oldest guy, he was the nicest. He was like, DJ Dog Pound, I remember you. I remember you from somewhere. He didn't have an accent like that, but anyway, just trying to bring some
Joy to these men's lives.
trying to bring some juice to this. I wrote a journal every day, and I put it on. I wrote a tour diary every day, and I put it on my Patreon page with photos. And maybe for After Dark or Unzipped, I could read through them.
I'm curious.
We could roll through those. Yeah, let's do that for the Unzipped.
Did you have any kind of last question, and then we'll wrap this up, this episode up. Did you have any kind of I don't know, existential kind of thoughts while you were on this tour, or anything that made you reflect about your personal life and or career, or like what you're doing, what you wanted to be doing, and so forth?
Well, I was just very grateful. I was just grateful. I mean, it's a good gig. I like to go on tour. Tim was going on tour, like to Europe, and he was doing this tour, and everyone's going on tour. And you get a little bit of like, I wish I was going on tour. That's fun, it's like exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Eric asked me to go on tour, I was like, this is awesome. I felt very grateful, even though I'm the opening act and I'm not the main. I think I'm cool with being. I don't have that like type A personality to be. I think I have a good act and I do good, but maybe I don't have that kind of type A personality to be the main star.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I am the main star, and sometimes when on a smaller scale, but what Eric has to do, like that's a lot of that's intense to carry that. You got to put on a show. He's there by himself for thousands of people. It's got to deliver. And so I kind of like, sometimes I think, man, I have the silliest life. Like I'm telling these silly jokes. I'm doing fart sound effects while Eric is, doing his thing. Just, a completely absurd, like wild show. I'm doing fart sound effects and spooge sound effects. And I am thinking like, this is a good gig.
You're thinking to yourself, you live a charmed life.
Yeah, I kind of live a charmed life.
You do.
And even though, not my whole life isn't perfect, I don't have like a wife and kids or anything like that. But I got to be grateful for what I do have, which is a pretty cool situation,
Yeah.
And it's weird that like I've been going on tours for a long time. I went on so many tours with Tim and Eric, and the first ones that they did, they were throwing pizzas and hot dogs into the crowd. And Eric's kind of like doing the same thing. It's like, I'm the guy that people call when they want to do this like very specific kind of, there's like barf and there's like food being thrown around. And what other shows do you go to that are kind of like?
I mean, well, there are these days. There
probably are, but like,
there's a lot of clown shows like
a lot
that.
of clowns, but like a big tour like that, where like
you mean Gallagher to some degree, Mr.
Yeah.
Gallagher.
Well, I did early on. I said, Eric is our generation's Gallagher. He kind of is. But yeah, that was a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
So those were
This
some
was
of
kind
the
of cool. And I was talking to Mike Hickey, you know, Mike H, Major Entertainer.
yeah, uh-huh.
He's on the tour, and me and him are really similar in the fact that, you know, he is an opening act, and he opens for Neil Hamburger. They're touring all the time, and Neil is the big, you know, headlining act, and Mike's, you know, we should probably get him on the show, and we'll get him back on, and just kind of interesting that
What's Mike Hickey doing on the show? What does he do?
he does a lot. I mean, he is building the, he's kind of a stagehand running around, setting up, handing props to Eric, and there's a camera where we get to go to the crowd, and he runs and at the certain time he grabs the camera and aims it at certain people in the crowd, and you know, he has to set up a whole table full of, I don't want to, like, you know, give it away, but he's putting together a lot of items that go into the show, and he's running around the entire show and helping people come, you know, there's audience participation. He goes and grabs them, and he runs plugs things in, and he's resetting Eric destroys his table and his desk, and Mike comes and cleans and, you know, whatever. Rebuilds the set and stuff like that. He does a lot. He does way more than I do.
How many people are traveling? You know, it's you, Eric, JP, Mike. So that's 4 so far.
And one other guy, Joe. He's the puppeteer and props master. He's running there's the fridge keeper.
Right. Yeah. Right. Okay. So there's 5 of you traveling. Okay.
We should get Joe on the show too. He's a really interesting dude. He I think is on a mission to find a pair of jeans in a it's kind of a scavenger hunt, but he heard about a pair of jeans that are in a mine shaft in Arizona.
That's interesting. What is that supposed to mean?
So these miners would wear Levi's from the 1800s.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they would stuff them in the mine to, like, maybe reinforce it or something, like in the 1800s. And people go and get them, and then they sell them for like tons of money. They're super valuable. If you look it up, you'll see that there's articles about this collector. People collect Levi's from the 1800s, and a lot of them you find in a mine.
So it's not just one pair of jeans. There's a lot of jeans that the guy's after.
Well,
he just wants one.
He just found. He said he knows where this one pair is.
How does he know that they're there?
Because somebody he knows is a sort of like an explorer, kind of, you know, adventure guy, and he blogs about it, and he sent him the coordinates, and he sent him a video. And I have the video too.
That's interesting. What, it showed the jeans and stuffed in a hole or something? I guess my thought is, why would he
sent me a video, and I was like, "Where's the jeans? I don't even see them." But I guess they're in the video. We could take a look.
If somebody took the video of the jeans, wouldn't they want the jeans for themselves?
He didn't want to try to get them out because it's dangerous.
Oh,
it's dangerous. You might the mine might collapse on you. You have to go up into these rafters and extract.
Okay.
Yeah. So what else happened? Not too much of note happened. Nothing too much of note. But you know what? We're gonna go through on Unzipped. We'll go through the diary, and other things happened. You know, we can dig into that, and then maybe we can watch the video from Joe that he sent me.
Okay, we'll dig into all that. If you want to join us for the Unzipped, you can go to patreon.com/Poundcast and become a member. And, you know, there's other little things on there as well, not just the unzipped video as well, too, if you want to see this stuff. But, yeah, thanks to Jack Birch for his behind-the-scenes help. And thanks to Daniel Avila, I think, and for his TikTok help, I think. And that's it. My
Oh, you know
name
who we
is
should give a thanks to? Marika.
Jacinto,
Yes.
or not Jacinto, but
Jacinte.
uh-huh.
Jacinti.
Jacinth.
Yeah, she did the artwork for our, way back when, a few years ago. She did the artwork for our artwork for our show. When you look
Yeah.
at her, she drew our heads and she did a great job.
Yeah. Thank you to Marika Jacinte.
Yeah.
Or Jacinth. Or whatever. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it's about time you mentioned her, you know.
I know it's about time. Well, that gave me the idea because I listened to some other podcasts and they give shout outs to everybody that does this and that, and
right. They give
figure why
the
not?
Breakmaster Cylinder does the music. Okay, so look, we'll see you over there in a little bit, and
if you want to see me on the tour with Eric Andre, ericandretour.com. We're going to Texas. Well, by the time this comes out, Texas might be over. We're going to Texas. We're going to the Pacific Northwest at some point. We're going to be in the New York, East Coast area. And I think there might be another Midwest kind of section with like Ohio kind of thing. Anyway, we'll see you there, I'm sure. And I think I'm going to go on that cruise with them too. It sounds like in January. Anyway.
Cool.
Guys.
We'll talk to you later, okay? My name's Brent Weinbach.
My name's Doug, DJ Doug Pound, at DougPound.Instagram.biz.
And yeah, at Brent Weinbach Comedy at Instagram, and also just Brent Weinbach on other stuff. Okay. All right, bye.
Peace.
Doug and Brent talking to each other. Doug and Brent, what will they talk about today? Doug and Brent are talking to some pimples. Doug and Brent will talk to their friends, and Doug and Brent talking on the Pound.